We're in the truck, it's early morning, and the guy you're looking at right now is Gary. Gary's my partner. Most of the time it takes two guys to drive one of these things because the jobs we do are so dangerous. We just left the plant and we're on our way south. We looked at our morning report and we found out that one of the wells is shut in, and we're going to investigate to find out why that well is shut in. I'm just going to show you a little bit what the countryside looks like. Oh, that's a riser. That's the pipeline right there. That clear opening next to the road is the pipeline right away. This is the road. This is the main road the bumpy road that goes right through the whole field. Check out the cracks in the windshield. We're driving a truck called 760 because our truck is in the shop right now. I'm going to turn off the camera in a few minutes because we're not going to film all the way to the well because it's about a, what do you say, 15 to 20 minute ride to the well. Yes. And it's all on rows like this. What's this thing here? Oh yeah, this is 15 of 17 because everything's got a name. That's 15 of 17 line heater. That's the main line heater for Unit 2 gas because when the gas comes out of the ground often there's water in it, and we can't let the gas get too cold, otherwise the water will freeze and then we'll plug up the pipeline. So we have line heaters for man's curve. Why do they call it Dead Man's Curve, Gary? Any idea?
Well, it used to be, it used to go up through here. This road was going up through here before, and it came in such a curve one time. There was the guy that rolled his truck was killed here, so they leveled it off coming this way to even it out a little bit more. Now it's not so bad.
But it never fails, so you're coming down this curve at full speed, and then all of a sudden, whoop, there's a truck moving a rig in the middle of the road, and somebody's got to swing out and hit the ditch. What speed are we doing now?
We're doing 90 kilometers.
Which is pretty good. Some guys out here are pretty crazy when it comes to speed. Okay, we're just coming up to 909 now, and we're turning up the Lease Road. And right up ahead, that's 909. And that's Gary. He's getting out of the truck, and as you can see, our trucks are we drive big 3/4 ton Ford F-250s, and on the back of the truck there we have hoses for oxygen tanks and fire extinguishers and an air cylinder and spare tires and toolboxes with all the tools. It's the wellhead. Too much to explain there, but the wellhead, and then it follows this sort of pipeline, and then it goes inside the building. These tanks are storage tank for what's called chemical inhibitor, and there's that's chemical that's injected in the well so that the well doesn't rust away, corrode. Then I come inside the unit. This is a typical unit. A heater, again inside the unit there's a heater to heat the gas. And Gary's trying to figure out why this well went down. Any idea, Gary?
I'm not sure. We got good tubing pressure. Is everything open, I wonder?
This is the meter. Well, she was flowing yesterday when I started it up. That pen shows that the well's not flowing, and that other pen shows the pressure of this well. We got gauges, emergency shutdowns, all sorts of stuff. It's just the inside of the well. This is a gas scrubber. These things mean nothing to you. And this device here is the device that causes the most headaches in these wells. I mean, sometimes we think our whole life revolves around that pump right there. That's the pump that injects the chemical inhibitor. And this stuff reeks. And the pumps are always breaking down. And I'm going to stop recording here because I got to help Gary figure out what's wrong with this well. Here comes Bruce in a truck called 030. We need a flare because we're going to flare this. Where the hell is he going? We can't figure out why this thing won't flow.
It's the operator.
Eh?
I think it's the operator's fault.
Well, I don't think so. We're gonna pull on it. Bruce is an old salt here in the oil patch, Mom and Dad. We've been doing this for 10 years. Whenever I have a question or something that goes wrong, I go to Bruce.
Is this your mom and dad?
Yeah.
I'm Mrs. Dillinger.
Okay, we're gonna flare this well. Gary's gonna... What happens is when the well won't flow, sometimes we open it up to atmosphere and we just we burn all the gas going to atmosphere. We have to do that because this is sour gas. It contains poison. It's poisonous, so we can't just vent it to the air, so we have to flare it. So the first thing Bruce does is he's going to walk over to the flare stack, and he's going to fire a signal flare to ignite it, to ignite the pilot. Remember, I don't... There, okay, now the pilot's lit. Ready, Gary? Did you take the meters out of service, Gary? We do this every day. And when you see lots of steam like coming up, like up there, well, that's a good sign, okay? Because that means that the water that's in the well that's preventing the gas from coming up is flaring. See, the gas coming up the well has to be able to be high enough pressure to get into the pipeline, so lots of liquids. So we do this for about 20 minutes to unload the liquids, and then we'll start flowing the well again.
Oh, just load it up pretty good, eh?
Eh?
Just load it right up.
Yeah. When it comes up black smoke like that, that's because we're burning condensate like pentane and butanes and propanes. So we're really bringing up liquids now. Holy cow!
Take the gun over and light the pit, the inside of the pit, Gary.
Where's the gun?
You sure you want to do that?
Yeah. Just burn it off.
You still got it, or?
See, at the bottom of the flare stack, there's a pit there where liquids accumulate. So we're gonna, and you see fumes coming up. So we're gonna light the pit and burn the liquids in there.
Hi.
Say hi to my mom and dad.
Hi, Martin's mom and dad.
That's Barry. He's one of our instrumentation boys.
He hardly works. He doesn't work very.
Hey, what was that?
Hardest working guy in the whole.
Yeah, that's why we call him Barely Working Flynn.
Yeah, that's BS.
BS.
BS Flynn.
You'll meet him later when I take pictures at the field shop. He's getting ready to do the worst job of a Beaver Hill Lakes operator. Haha.
This is what everybody hates.
Remember these little pumps I talked about earlier? Well, this one ain't working properly, so we gotta change it. First he's gotta shut off the gas supply to the pump. Yeah. I'm not gonna tape this. This is too ugly to show. This is your standard well in the middle of nowhere. Like that's what it looks like around here. There's a wellhead, truck, well building. We have this kind of forest everywhere. That's what's called a cut line. There you go. This well is 6 to 6. This is the back side of the plant. See, the plant is on sort of the top of the hill, and on the bottom of the hill there is all the sulfur piles. For years and years we produced sulfur. Well, we still produce sulfur from the ground. The hydrogen sulfide comes out of the ground and we convert it to sulfur. And for years and years, when the prices were depressed, we used to just stockpile that sulfur like that and sell it when the prices were better. That unit there that you see is called a prilling tower, and that converts the raw sulfur into a nice little
pills. They're like little aspirins, you know. It makes it easy to handle the sulfur, and that's how we sell it. We ship it by container truck. We also ship some liquid sulfur, and we receive sulfur. So a lot to be explained about this, but there's the road. And from the front side of the plant.
Shish Kaybob.
Shish Kaybob, yeah. This plant's called Kaybob, but because of all the fires we had last year, they started calling it Shish Kaybob. We have a little saying around here. Don't worry, it's Kaybob. Those are compressor buildings. Compressor buildings, fans on the compressors, distillation towers, inlet manifolds. That's our front office where we have our meetings and engineers have their offices. My office will be in there someday.
I'll be his assistant.
That's right. These guys will have to start kissing up to me pretty soon. I don't think so. Not. That's the flare stack. Oh. Look both ways because it's a railroad track. Then proceed. Yeah, it's not exactly the safest industry to work in. But we take the necessary precautions and we know the risks involved. If you don't know what the risks are, then you're in trouble. But if you know exactly what can go wrong and all the risks, then nothing should go wrong.
Keeps you on your toes.
See 1029? And that little confirms, and now the plant knows that we're here.
That's when one of our listeners will put a cool one.
Welcome to Fox Creek, where the weather can change in a matter of minutes. Look at all the snow coming down. I don't know if you guys can see it in the video, but a minute ago it wasn't this bad. I'm gonna have to go over there and light the pit, I think.
Is that your old purple one?
No, it's Karen's, this is Abe, Mom and Dad. He runs Unit 2.
He's the veteran out here.
You never said nothing.
Hey?
You never said nothing.
What do you mean I never said nothing?
I was going to swear something like it, but I better not.
This is the all critical wall. The names there, the X's are for the number of times somebody hit the ditch. Yeah, see, I got 4. Look at my partner Billy, he got 5. Aha. And look at Elmer. Elmer's got one sideways like that because he flipped this truck. Here's another important thing. No self-respecting oil and gas field shop should... Oh, by the way, that's where we are. We're in the field shop right now.
This is Ham.
Ham. That gentleman there is Troy. He comes all the way from Merithorpe every day to work. Aha, Abe again.
Yeah. The boys are going to have to watch the language.
This is where we have... This is where we have lunch. Are we supposed to be at lunch yet?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's 2 minutes after 12 right now.
That's Abe. He runs Unit 2.
Saskatchewan time.
That's Vern and Grant. They test well. They sample. There are grunts. They do whatever. That's Barry. What's Barry's title?
Nothing.
Goggle.
Don't swear. Mrs. Bellinger is going to be watching this.
Yeah, that's Gary's instrumentation. Barry's instrumentation. Gary and I run Unit 1. Troy's also instrumentation.
Do the lap.
And I'll just zoom in on the mascots on the wall
Oh,
here.
I showed that already. I already taped it right here.
Don't be a lowlife.
There's usually a hell of a lot more guys out here for lunch. They'll be here in a few minutes.
Okay, say goodbye until after lunch.
Wait until after you give me my 2 cards.
Yes, Mr. Martin, sir. Mr. Bourgeois.
Ew,
check it out, check it out.
Oh boy.
We're playing 31.
We're paying 31 for money. That's a darn. Nice.
One to me.
Show your mummy hands.
That doesn't matter now anyways because somebody already knocked.
That's oh, okay. Grab 2. Oh, okay.
Which one? That makes a difference. 10.
13. I think 7 is probably a winner.
7 with 2 cards.
Twice.
Twice in a row.
Oh, that's a little hard to be honest.
Oh, what can I say? I get double one.
Boy, you play like a fucking asshole.
Typical card game, money, swearing, cards, pistol. Where's the pistol?
Queen went, yeah, okay. Yeah, next we're going to play Russian roulette with that single shot. I'm second.
Actually, ask Bruce. Bruce almost shot his truck today. These guys, are they working hard or what? Hey? Yeah, the guy on the left is Gary, we call him Humpy, and the guy on the right is Dale, and we call him Doomis. Fucking typical gas rats working their butt off.
This is our job, it's what we do.
What do? You roll cigarettes all day?
No, we take samples all day.
Samples?
Yes,
Where are you guys heading to now? We should film you taking a sample.
Oh, we can go take an extra one.
Where?
Oh, anywhere, 9 to 9. We haven't taken one there yet.
We'll do that in a minute. There's our onboard computer. Wherever we go somewhere, we always dial in the location, the legal subdivision location number so that people can find us if there's an alarm. That we time in for 15 minutes at a location, and then if after 15 minutes we don't call into the control room or clear out at the site, it alarms and they come looking for us.
Sounds like a turkey gobbler.
What does?
Radio.
Whoa! Number 1.
Is that a power failure?
That was ready to blend.
That's right. Yeah, I guess there's a pole breaker down. We've already called TransDelta to come out and look
Must
at
be
it
the
for
one
us.
very south.
Thank you.
7, 8, 6, 7, and 9. What's the other one? 6 of 8?
6 and 9.
6 of 9.
15 and 5 would be on that one too.
Well, they come in groups of 5, so. 25th anniversary. See, folks, this is Fox Creek as seen from the highway. So if you drive by too fast
And you blink.
that's it, you've missed it. Most people make the mistake of thinking that Fox Creek is either a little further or a little ahead of this, but they don't realize that it's actually up that hill. Well, we'll be turning in anyways. See, that all the services are along the highway, but up that hill over there is where Fox Creek residential area is. Here's the petrol can. Another Amoco truck. Whose is it?
I don't know.
Don't know.
Probably an Andy Creek pimp.
The IGA. The Sears, the Radio Shack, the Music City all in once, the IGA. We're actually on our way to the car wash right now.
A lovely day for it too.
Sometimes you wonder why we bother washing these trucks, but I guess if we didn't, they'd get pretty gungy. Sulfur truck.
029 Gary Grumback.
What?
Go ahead.
Is the Husky open yet?
I don't think so.
Those guys didn't break a line, or there's no pole down anywhere, eh? Oh, looks okay.
This is a joint.
Okay, what's your unit number?
This joint here makes the best burgers.
Oh, they do make good burgers.
2364.
And the truck and car wash.
Didn't get the line either, Gary.
Mayhaps what is happening?
Oh no. Maybe we came too early. There's my vehicle.